Okay, so last video we did a sort of personality assessment for Summer Wells and looking at that and kind of analyzing the behavior of the parents. And now we have the parents on Dr. Phil. And the first question that he asks is I'm not going to look at the full interview, but the first question he asks is how she went missing, which is very interesting. So let's see what we come up with here.
Well, let me ask you, Candace, if I understand correctly what you've said, you took Summer in the front door.
Yes.
And
so right there, she's looking at him to make sure that he doesn't mischaracterize or misrepresent what she says. So right off the bat, she's just like, she's already on guard. Yeah.
Summer in the front door.
Yes.
Correct.
And you said to the three boys, keep an eye on Summer.
Yes.
Okay. Then you did what?
Then I went back outside to my mom's camper, which was right next to the house. And I had to fix her knee brace for her.
Okay. She had a knee brace on?
Yeah.
And that took?
Only 2 minutes.
Okay. And then what'd you do?
I went back in the house.
When you went back in, what'd you see?
And the three boys sitting there watching TV.
Okay. And no Summer?
No Summer.
Okay. What'd you do then?
I asked the boys where she was at. And they told me that she went downstairs to play with her toys.
Okay. Would she do that? Would she say, hey, I'm going downstairs to play with my toys, or would she just go?
No, she'd tell the boys.
What'd you do then?
Well, I hollered for her at first.
And no response.
No response.
So what'd you do?
So I went directly down there. I looked for her everywhere I could look.
Obviously, being on the show, there's very heavy, nervous energy, but I also feel like there's an energy of she feels like she's about to break. It's the energy of she's about to break down because she feels judged already. And so we know that she's probably a person who likes to try to answer objections through what she says, whether those objections are mentioned or not. Like, we know in her mind, it's like, we know that there are previous objections. So I want to say that on this show. And so there's a nervous energy there, but there's also, she's scared. She's fearful, of being hit with something or with a question that she's not ready for. And so she's looking at him kind of eased back a little bit. She's looking at him like, yo, I know how you TV people do, I don't want you to hit me with something that I can't, and maybe the sides, maybe they have a lawyer. I don't know. I don't know that much about this case, but maybe she has a lawyer. They have a lawyer that says, don't answer this, don't answer that. Maybe they got together in the green room and it's per the contract said, okay, you can't ask this, you can't ask that. But she's still, it's probably her first time being on this kind of stage. And so she's very standoffish.
In the room, under the blankets, whatever. And she was gone.
But the thing that we discussed in the last video, in the first video, was that you can hear Summer. Summer is not going to hide from you. You know where she is. She's loud. She's boisterous. Now, she might play hide and go seek, but when she runs, she's going to boom, 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 boom. You're going to hear it all over the house. And she's going to be giggling and laughing real loud. So you're going to know about where she went. And she's 5. So when you come in the room, you're probably going to hear her breathing or being loud or something like that, hiding in an obvious place. So it's just like, yo, she went down to the basement. You would hear her down there playing with her toys, so going down there, didn't see her come back up, and going and checking the rooms. I want to hear more about that.
All right. What's the way to get out of there besides coming back upstairs?
Right.
Just the basement door.
That back door?
Yeah.
Okay. And if that door opens, could the boys hear it?
No, if they had the TV up loud.
Okay. All right. Is she known to go out that back door?
She'll go out the back door, but then she'll circle around by her swing.
Okay. Back around to the front?
Yeah.
What we're seeing here is looking out that back door, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now there's a road there. Is that
Driveway.
a driveway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, can that be seen from your mother's camper?
No.
That's the
I mean,
back side of the house. You
yeah,
can't see that
that's-
Yeah, no, she wouldn't be able to see that. That's on the other side from what she's describing.
from her camper.
Not that part, no.
If you step out on the road there, you can about see your camper.
Uh-huh. And that drive there goes up to the highway?
Yes.
It circles around the house.
So yes, just like I thought, this is the basement door. So that's what I thought. And there goes the camper right there. So what I'm saying is, if Summer comes out this basement door, hey, yo, you're right here. Whoever did this, kidnapped, would have to have knowledge of this and be, yo, dang. Depending on where you're standing, you know what I mean? Depending on where you're standing, you could see the camper. But then that would mean that the person who actually took her would have to have already come around. If you guys are in the garden, maybe on this side over here by the camper, he had to park somewhere down the road where he couldn't be found. Boys are in the front watching because he came through the front. Boys in the front. He had to sneak around and be like waiting on the up here on the side. And he had to know that Summer was gonna come out, because anybody could have come out. The boys. This is what I'm saying, yo. This had to be the perfect crime, because you had to be going specifically for Summer, and you had to know without a shadow of a doubt that Summer would come out of that door at a specific time. At some point in time, you had to know that the boys wouldn't come around back, because Summer would be all over that yard. So you had to know that the boys wouldn't come around back, or Candace wouldn't come around back, or the dad wouldn't come around back, or the grandmother. For any reason, you had to be confident that this is broad daylight. What criminals are we talking about that are that risk seeking, who would stand here by the door and wait for Summer to come into his open arms and take the chance that it would be Summer coming through that door? Or maybe it's the first one, but this is the second thing. Where would they go? If his truck is parked up toward the top, where would they go? He would have immediately had to have whisked her away into the forest in the back. So maybe he came and checked out your house when he knew you guys weren't there, or maybe at nighttime he snuck back there or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like in many of these cases though, like this is somebody that is, you know, they know the landscape. So it's typically somebody that you know, because somebody that if it's somebody that you don't know, somebody that doesn't live there, they're not going to be in those backwoods because they don't know the backwoods like that. You see what I'm saying? So this is someone that has to be familiar with your house and has to be familiar with your kids' patterns, and familiar with your property.
House right there goes to the top, and then it goes down around to it. It circles all the way around the house.
Okay. Is that the back door?
That's the back door.
That's the door to her room.
Yes.
Okay. If she came out that back door and there was somebody there, could they have grabbed her right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then how would they make their escape? Back this direction,
Well,
away from the camper?
the dogs led the scent, went straight down that dog trail by that yellow generator, right from where that picture's taken.
You're saying
Just like I thought. This is a closed circuit. So there's a yellow bus right here up at the top of the screen. Not necessarily sure how to get in other than the bottom of the screen right here. I've seen places like this before. And the way to get in would be through the woods. In a sense, like legitimately through the woods. Okay, so this little blue barrel to the left, it's like small blue barrel to the left, is apparently the back of the house. A pretty good sized property. And so he would have had to catch her and take her back this way to the going to the left of the screen. Yeah. So really the only way to get away with her clean would be to go up by the yellow, up toward the bus. Like you got to take her directly up, almost at like an acute angle toward the bus from the house. You can't go really perpendicular at all to that house. You got to go sort of like an acute angle toward that bus and then come, up and to the right and then come back out, if that's the direction to the street. Or either, at any case, you got to go up to the bus or to the left, up to the bus or to the right. That's the only way. Unless you just, like I said, stayed in the woods.
You're saying then that this is the back door,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
and you're saying that she,
Dr. Phil, come on, talk to him, please. Talk to him. I need a demonstration. We need to get it correct.
there was a scent that went this direction,
Yeah.
Yes, all the way down to Ben Hill Road.
all the way where?
All the way down to Ben Hill Road.
Okay.
Why
Now,
does he look nervous?
If this looks like a big circle, how do you get back to the highway?
So you go down the driveway to Ben Hill Road and then turn left, and it takes you out to Beach Creek area.
Okay, so for someone to drive away,
Mm-hmm. So I guess this is the driveway right here to the right, to the far right. It's a big circle and then it leads out. Okay. So somebody would have had to go boom, boom, and you would have heard the car. Okay.
they would have had to come on around the circle
Right.
and exit here.
Go
That's a
up.
possibility, but we think they were parked down on the Ben Hill Road.
Okay, so you think they would have walked on down through the woods to the road
Down, that was
and left the car
yes,
down at the road?
yes. And that's
Okay.
what the dogs indicated. The scent went down to the road, and then somewhere on that road, the scent disappeared.
But how would they have known she was going to be there? Would they have
Of course.
gone inside the?
Ooh. That question caught him off guard. That's what we want to know. That's what we need. That's why cops came and took the other boys. Because that's the question that we need to know. How would
room to get her?
Possibility. I wasn't even aware the trail was there.
Okay. So your belief is this, so your belief is,
I wasn't even aware.
would they have
Of course.
gone inside the room to get her?
Possibility. I wasn't even aware the trail was there.
Okay.
Hmm.
So your belief is this might be the last spot that Summer was on the property,
Yes, sir.
right there.
Yeah.
That she was put in a vehicle there and driven away.
Yep.
Do you have a story or a question?
So now it's being alleged that the kidnapper went into the room to go get her. And so apparently, again, the kidnapper had to know the patterns of Summer in some way, shape, or form. Or he was just sick and was just waiting inside the entire time until Summer came in. Summer came in maybe to go downstairs to the basement to do whatever, came back upstairs. Again, we're talking about within 2 minutes. We're talking about a 2-minute timeline. So she came downstairs or wherever her room was. She came downstairs to the basement and like he saw it immediately. He didn't hesitate. He knew where everybody was and he snatched her and ran. And I'm talking about ran with a 5-year-old all the way into the bushes and up. That means like you knew, like you knew where she's going to be. Grabbed her, 5 years old, and because you would have to hold her with your hand over her mouth, and you would have to hold her like this. She's kicking and screaming, so you got to be able to handle that, and you got to be pretty quick to know. Boom, hit the door, go in because the door's not open. Boom, open the door real quick. And she looks up, boom, got you. And then we're going at a cute angle toward the bus and up to the road that he's talking about right there so that I can get her clean. First of all, you have to keep her feet off of the ground. Guess you could, have her at some sort of weapon to her back or something like that to keep her quiet. But at the same time, too, I'm pretty sure, as I'm seeing here, correct? I was going to say there could be leaves on the ground, but maybe not. Who knows? But as I think I'm seeing here in the background, there are leaves. And so when you're walking through, you would have an extensive period of walking through the woods until you would hear the crush, crush, crush of the leaves, unless there's just no leaves or it's a dewy day, where the leaves are wet, and you got to carry this 5-year-old quietly back to your truck, and nobody is going up and down the road. I don't know, man. But, that's the video. Still got some more. I'm just letting them explain themselves right now. But, yeah. Once again, Sharon, appreciate you. Until next time, take it easy.